everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing The Naked Gun. This is a 2025 comedy starring Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. Now this film has received a lot of buzz, and here in Australia where I'm from, they released it about 3 weeks after the US release. So I've been waiting a while, and my anticipation to see this film has just been building and building and building. And people have just been piling on the praise. I've heard some people say it's the funniest comedy in 25 years. I've heard others say it's the funniest comedy of the year. And I've heard others say it's just a flat-out hilarious movie from start to finish. Now, I love comedies, and when I hear praise like that, it just builds my anticipation. I just wanted to see this movie more and more when I heard how fantastic the buzz was. Now, I went into this movie with an open mind, and I'm a big fan of the previous installments. I just love those first 3 movies with Leslie Nielsen and Priscilla Presley. I think their chemistry was great. So stepping into Leslie Nielsen's shoes, Liam Neeson really has the odds stacked against him. Now, as we all know, Liam Neeson is a very accomplished actor. I mean, he's done it all. He was in that Spielberg movie, Schindler's List. He was in that swashbuckler, Rob Roy. And of course, Liam Neeson was the star of Taken, that action thriller that came out in the late 2000s. That kicked off a franchise for him, and really, he hasn't stopped working in the action genre ever since. So Liam Neeson comes into this comedy having starred in probably 15 to 20 action thrillers in the last 15 or so years. And he's a very seasoned performer. So in some ways, this seems like a good fit for Neeson, but really, has he done comedy before? Well, a number of years ago, he did appear in A Million Ways to Die in the West. That was a Seth MacFarlane comedy. So he has tried comedy before, and he did try to lighten things up back in the 2000s with a comedy drama that not too many people have seen called Gunshy, and his co-star in that was Sandra Bullock. But really, he's not renowned for comedy, but he does seem a good fit for this material. Now, all Liam had to do was play it straight, and if the script was there and the jokes were right, this thing had the potential to really soar. Now, the teaser trailer for me was lukewarm, but that general buzz that kept building, saying this is just so funny, had me really on the edge of my seat. I was just so excited to see this movie. So with that push by the critics and that positive buzz surrounding it, as soon as it hit Australian cinemas, I went out and bought a ticket. Now, as I said, I'm a big fan of the Leslie Nielsen films, and spoof movies are right up my alley. I've seen a lot of them. In fact, I've probably seen more than most people. So I was really excited to watch this one. I settled into my seat, and what I got was that opening moment that you see on the trailer, and the Girl Scout enters the bank, and then we find out that it's Liam Neeson and he pulls off the mask. So that cheeky little moment from the trailer kicks off this film, and I was just expecting for this movie to get funnier and funnier as it went along. But unfortunately for me, that wasn't the case. I think after about 30 minutes or so, I really feel this movie kind of runs out of gas. The jokes aren't there like the older films. I felt some of them worked, and then we got 4 or 5 that just flatlined. I felt it was really hit and miss. But Liam Neeson is not the problem. Liam Neeson is trying very hard, and his co-star in this, Pamela Anderson, she's really trying as well. So I can't put it down to them. I put it down to the script. So calling this the funniest film of the year is a question mark. Calling it the funniest film in the last 25 years, I think, is totally delusional. But it does have some laughs, but I think that it struggles to sustain the 85 minutes. Now, it has a short running time. I think before the credits started to roll, it was really teetering at 78 minutes. So this is a short movie, and a short movie full of laughs should really zip by. But I found the last 25 minutes or so a bit of a slog, and I like some things, I didn't like others. But I still have to step back, look at the predicament I found myself in, and almost reevaluate my assessment here. Remember, I came in to see this film about 3 weeks after the US audience, and for me, it just had so much buzz, so much hype, and I was expecting more, and I got a little less. So really, the hype killed it for me, or maybe it's like I said, the jokes just aren't hitting their mark. I mean, the Zucker brothers aren't involved this time, and I really think that's a bit of a problem. But they do try to do something fresh and stay very much connected to the original. I mean, Liam Neeson is playing Frank Drebin Jr. He's Leslie Nielsen's son. And if you remember the earlier installments with Leslie Nielsen, he had a partner played by George Kennedy. And we do get a character that plays George Kennedy's son in this. And he's an actor by the name of Paul Walter Hauser. He's very funny, but he wasn't even given enough to do. I've seen him on Cobra Kai. He also appeared recently in Fantastic Four. So this guy is a comedian / professional wrestler. And I think he was underutilised in this film. I was expecting a few more laughs from Paul, but what he does is very good. So I will give him props for that. So overall, Liam, Pamela and Paul try very hard to sell this thing. Even the villain, I mean, he's quite malevolent and nasty. So they do have a threat there. But ultimately for me, this movie just never fired on all cylinders. When I was expecting more, I got a little less. And at one point I thought, wow, it's now starting to gain momentum. I'm enjoying this. And then all of a sudden, the jokes just kept tanking and tanking. Now, for me, a lot of the best jokes were shown in the trailer, and the trailer really didn't impress me that much. So there wasn't a lot that was presented to me that I fell in love with. And really, I can't blame the actors. I just think they needed better jokes that hit the mark. So for me, this was a bit of a missed opportunity. I felt the overall marketing campaign was fantastic, and I think the poster art for this film was on fire. Those movie posters are just simply hilarious. If you haven't seen them, there's many of those floating around. So I was disappointed, but I will be going back for a second serve, which is rare for me. If I don't like the movie the first time, I won't go back. I may reevaluate it years later on Blu-ray. But, I think I want to give it a second chance. So the hype has been grand. The critics have been very complimentary. Maybe just looking at it differently, I've seen it once. Remove the hype, take away the anticipation, and just focus on the jokes. So anyway, that's my initial feelings on The Naked Gun. I was rather unimpressed and a little disappointed. So the hype killed it for me, guys, but I will go and see it again and see if things improve. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon.